If you're a B2B founder, you know targeting is everything. But what if the way we've all been taught to do it is just wrong? Today, we're going to look at a completely new blueprint, one that stops you from chasing individual people and helps you start closing entire accounts with deadly precision. So you've probably done this. You've spent hours, maybe days, creating this perfect picture of marketing Mary. You know, she's 35, loves oat milk lattes, and is secretly worried about her team's productivity. You know, her fears, her dreams, the whole 9 yards. And it feels like you're making progress, right? Well, here's the tough question. What if all that time you've spent on Mary is leading you straight down a dead-end street? What if she's the absolute perfect person, but she works at the completely 100% wrong company? And this right here is the absolute heart of the problem. Mary might love your product, she might think you're the greatest thing since sliced bread, but she doesn't control the budget. In the world of B2B, individuals might use the product, but the account, the company, is the one that buys. And that little distinction changes everything. So let's just break this down. On one side, you've got personas. It's all about psychology, right? What does Mary fear? What gets her excited? But on the other side, you've got the ideal customer profile, the ICP. And this is all about economics. It asks a much, much more important question. Can this company actually pay for and succeed with your product? So this brings us to the real goal, focusing all of our energy on finding that bullseye account. We're not just talking about any potential customer. We're talking about the perfect fit, an organization that is just primed to buy from you, get amazing results, and stick around for the long haul. And believe me, when you hit that bullseye, the results are immediate. Your average contract value, your ACV, it goes way up because you're done chasing tiny fish. Your deals close faster because for them, your product isn't a nice to have, it's an absolute need to have. And best of all, your churn rate plummets because you're only selling to companies that are set up to win with your tool from day one. Okay, so how in the world do you find this bullseye? Well, it all boils down to analyzing 3 key pillars of any company: its body, its brain, and its pulse. It sounds simple, I know, but this framework is incredibly powerful. So let's lay it out. First, you've got Firmographics. That's the company's body. Second is Technographics. That's the brain. And third, you have intent. That's the pulse. A true bullseye account. It's going to light up all 3 of these. All right, first up, the body. This is all about the hard data, the stuff you can't argue with. We're talking about the company's basic structure and its financial health. The big question is this organization even physically capable of buying and using what you sell? And to figure that out, you have to apply some key filters. First, unit economics. Is your price tag a drop in the bucket for them, or is it going to require a board meeting? Next, decision friction. Sure, a 5,000-person enterprise could be a huge customer, but they can take a year to make a decision. Does your startup have the cash runway to wait that long? And finally, department density. If you sell to marketers, does this big company have a tiny 2-person marketing team or a robust team of 20? It makes a huge difference. Okay, pillar number 2, the company's brain. We're talking about Technographics. This is like looking at a company's digital DNA, the software and tech they're already using every single day. Honestly, this might be the single most powerful qualification filter you have because it tells you if they're even technically ready for you. And the signals here are usually crystal clear. Do they use tech that plays nicely with yours? You know, if your product needs Salesforce to work, then any company using HubSpot is immediately out. Are they a modern cloud-native company, or are they stuck in the dark ages with on-premise servers? And here's my favorite, and it might surprise you. Are they already paying your competitor? That's not a bad thing. That's a giant green flag. It means the budget is approved and they already know they have the problem. And finally, we've got the pulse. Because look, you can have a company with the perfect body and brain, but if there's no pulse for change, you're just screaming into the void. The pulse is all about behavioral triggers. Is this company mentally open to buying something right now? So what does a strong pulse look like? It looks like a recent funding announcement, hello new budget, or a brand new VP who wants to make a big impact fast. Or maybe they're suddenly hiring a ton of people in the department you sell to. That means they're feeling growing pains you can solve. And on the flip side, things like layoffs or a messy acquisition, that's a weak pulse. It usually means budgets are frozen solid. All right, so now you have the 3 pillars. You know what to look for. But that's only half the battle. Now you have to turn all this knowledge into action. It's time to go from just being interested in a bunch of leads to really, truly prioritizing the right ones. Let me answer that for you. No, absolutely not. It's not even close. Some leads are literally 1,000 times more likely to close than others. Your entire job is to find those leads and, frankly, ignore the rest. And to do that, you need a system. You need to score them. And here's how you do it. It's simple. You rank every single potential account on a scale from 1 to 10 across 3 key metrics. First, budget availability. Do they already spend money on this kind of problem? Second, urgency of need. Is this a top 3 priority for them this quarter, or is it buried at number 17? And third, ease of access. Can you actually get to the decision maker, or are they buried behind 9 layers of gatekeepers? Once you have a score for each account, the logic is super simple. Any company that scores between 25 and 30, that's tier 1. That's your bullseye. They get your A game, your most personalized, high-effort outreach. Tier 2, scoring between 15 and 24, that's your steady stream. They get a solid, semi-automated approach. And anyone below 15, that's tier 3. They go on an automated email list, and you do not spend a single minute of precious human sales time on them, period. And this right here, this quote is everything. This is one of the most common and most fatal mistakes a startup can make. This scoring system isn't just a sales tactic, it's a survival mechanism. It protects you from yourself and makes sure your most valuable resource, your team's time, is only spent where it can have the biggest impact. Okay, now for the masterstroke. It's one thing to know who you want to sell to, but it's a completely different level of genius to know who you should never sell to. Let's talk about the incredible power of defining your no. Think about that for a second. It might sound a little backwards, but being absolutely ruthless about who you don't serve makes your yes, your perfect bullseye customer, that much clearer and more powerful. It forces focus and discipline on your entire company. Because selling to the wrong customer isn't just a waste of time, it actually hurts you. It creates support debt from customers who will never be happy. They start demanding custom features, which creates a messy Frankenstein roadmap. And then, when they inevitably leave, they spread churn toxicity and damage your brand with bad reviews. It's a disaster. So you need to create your hard no rule, your anti-ICP. For example, you might say, we do not sell to companies without a dedicated data analyst, because for them, our tool would be like a Ferrari with no driver. Get that specific. Who is just not ready for you? Write it down, make it a law that your entire team lives by. So I'm gonna leave you with this one question to take back to your team. Go look at your sales activity from last month. Look at the calls, the demos, the proposals. Are you spending that precious high-value tier 1 effort on actual tier 1 accounts? Or are you getting dragged down, fighting tooth and nail for tier 3s that were never ever going to be a good fit in the first place? The answer to that question could change everything for your business.